North Kitsap Baptist Church Kids Sunday School. We're glad you're here today. We're going to start talking about when Jesus was a grown-up. We spent all Christmas talking about when he was born as a baby, but he didn't stay a baby, he grew up. He was a little boy and then a big boy, and now we're going to learn about what happened when he was a grown-up. So you've grown, you haven't stayed a baby, neither did Jesus. And when he was a grown-up, he had an important job to do. Well, I brought something with me today. Do you see this? This is a fishing net. Have you ever gone fishing before? Maybe you had a fishing pole, and when you got one on the line, you'd scoop it up. Well, today we're going to talk about fishermen, and they used a net. Well, Jesus lived in a small town, and one day he was walking along the beautiful blue sea of Galilee, and he saw fishermen working in their boats. And he knew these fishermen. They had these big nets that they would put in the water next to the boat and then pull them in full of fish and put it in their boat. And then they'd drop their nets and pull them in and put all the fish in their boat. Well, Jesus knew some of these fishermen, and he saw them working hard catching fish. That was their job. And he called Peter, Andrew, and they looked up to see who was calling him, and they saw it was Jesus. And they said, "Come, follow me." So they hurried, put their nets in their boat, went ashore, and followed Jesus. Jesus told them, "Come, I want you to be my helper. I want you to help me tell people the important things that they need to know about God." So Peter and Andrew obeyed. They went with Jesus, and they wanted to walk with Jesus and talk with Jesus, and they wanted to learn all the things that Jesus wanted them to know about loving and obeying God. Now, Jesus had 2 helpers. The next day, Jesus and his 2 helpers were walking again along the edge of the Sea of Galilee. It was probably a beautiful sunny day, large, beautiful body of water. It probably was a really nice place to be. And when they were on the beach, they were looking out, and they saw 2 more fishermen. And Jesus called James and John, "Come, follow me." So right away, James and John hurried to where Jesus was, and they were so glad to go with Jesus and learn all the important things that he wanted to tell them about God. Now, Jesus had 2 helpers and 2 helpers. He had 4 helpers. On another day, Jesus and his 4 helpers were walking through town, and they saw a man named Matthew. And Jesus said, "Come, follow me." And Matthew got up and followed them. So now Jesus had 5 helpers. On other days, Jesus went other places and saw more people, and he kept asking people to be his helpers. So after a while, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 helpers. Well, Jesus spent a whole bunch of time with these men and taught them all the things that they would need to know about God and about why Jesus had come to earth. He gave them a very important job of going and telling others the things that he had taught them. And Jesus' friends did exactly that. They were so glad to learn about Jesus and God, and they wanted to make sure that other people understood the very important messages that they had that they wanted to share. So they were going from place to place, telling people who Jesus was, what he'd come to earth to do, and how important it was for them to know Jesus. So what a wonderful, exciting time to get a special job like that. And next week, we'll come back and we'll talk about some of the important things that Jesus began teaching, not only his helpers, but people in the area. So I hope you can come back next week and join us.